Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking another look here at Theta. And no, we're not looking at my Twitter page, but I will ask that if you would like to possibly become a follower, we would greatly appreciate that. And of course, we will return your favor if you'd like to follow, like, and retweet this for a chance to win a monthly membership here for CryptoCash.tech. So be sure to check that out. I have Signals Trading Academy and, of course, an amazing community. We all learn and grow together. But we're here, of course, for Theta. That is the main reason why. And obviously, we're seeing some pretty good stuff here today. Now, I got a lot of requests for this one here recently. I like to make sure to get those requests checked off the list to ensure that you are on track with your analysis. And the simple way to put this is that we are ascending positively here. We can kind of see this ascending trend that's continuing upwards. We didn't even bother to retest that. And if we take a look at the moving averages, almost guaranteed the 20-day SMA, which is this guy right here, is moving concurrent for the most part with the trend. Okay, so pay attention to the 20-day SMA. That's usually the best thing to do on the daily for like a trend setter. And if the price holds above it, you're good to go. If it holds below, then you might want to consider some alternative options. That being said, we're underneath 70 and above 50 on the RSI. This is bullish. We still have room to grow. So there is potential for further upside here. The thing I want to pay attention to myself, though, personally, is the fact that we have this resistance level here. Pretty obvious right there at about 130. I'm rounding up a little bit, but 129, 130 is essentially that next resistance level. Okay, so good news is if we were to reverse these fibs, they'll probably be right there at that 1.272 mark. So for lack of better terms, we're looking pretty good here, and there's a good chance we will see the price action continue higher from here. Okay, or at the very least, retest that level. Okay, now when it comes to pullback, we'll look at Elliott wave here soon and kind of see what's going on. In fact, we can touch on that now. There is a good chance we could see a retracement down to 0.382 to fulfill that fourth wave, because again, we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, and this will be a higher low here. Okay, so potentially see a bounce off that level. It's a common characteristic for it to bounce off 0.382. Sometimes you see 0.5, but depending on how Bitcoin retraces here today, we're expecting, because I have a short position open for Bitcoin, we're in profit right now, as a matter of fact. So there's a good chance that Bitcoin could come down further, and if it does, I would say this 0.382 makes a lot of sense. So $1 and just say 11 cents, if we were to round up a little bit, would be a good point to possibly consider getting in. I'm going to set an alert right there at that range, kind of get maybe an understanding of what that looks like later. Keep in mind when I set these alerts, I don't just blindly jump in. I make sure to take a look and reevaluate the state of the market, and then I consider taking either a long or a short from there, and or add to my long-term investment bag. Right. So again, just something to think about. But that's where the daily is at. Where daily is mostly positive, we still have room for growth, and we have this ceiling here so far at about 130 as a close estimate, and there's a chance we could see that happen. Now, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we have different Fibonacci retracement levels here that are going to be hit. It does show that there's potential for 0.5 and 0.618 there. So there is that, because again, if you look at this here, we are in our fifth wave if we're on a smaller time frame. And that could imply that the price action will come down to those levels. So to me, this is slightly overextended. It makes sense for the price to pull back, but we will see here soon. Let's see if there is an overextension. First of all, we're on TD sequential. We're looking at a 6. We have roughly about 3 more 4-hour candlesticks, 12 hours to go before the price either breaks up or breaks down. So we got this ascending type of pattern here. A lot of times it works itself into a wedge and breaks upwards, so I wouldn't put it past it for now. But I can tell you, though, that we are slightly overextended on the 4-hour. We can see we're kind of right at 70 on the RSI. And unless it really breaks above 70 on the RSI hard and fast, you're not going to see a lot of continuation. In fact, it hasn't. I mean, it's been a very long time since Theta has actually broken above that level. So I would say that at this point, the odds are the price will turn itself around. But again, you never truly know. So make sure you set a stop loss. If you're going to have a stop loss, a loose one for a swing trade, somewhere above 130, because that's where the price worked out previously. Okay. Looking at the 1 hour, we can kind of see here as well, if we take a look at Ichimoku Cloud, all green lights, no reason to short into this, because we haven't necessarily intersected with the price action or the conversion line still above the baseline. If you have no idea what I'm talking about here, I have an Ichimoku Cloud video on my YouTube. Make sure you reference that and take a look and see, so you know kind of what this entails. But it's a really conservative indicator that helps you understand that you're on the right side of tracks. Right now, it's all long. There's no reason to take a short position. Obviously, you can short carefully, but it doesn't really tell us that there's confirmation of that yet. And to me, I like to wait for confirmation. The very last thing I want to touch on here is confirmation from our CC Golden Indicator. We can see we had a sell signal here moments ago, a few hours ago, of course, and there's a good chance that we should see a pullback from here. And this indicator is really nice because it kind of helps you get entry targets and exit targets. But as we can see, we're getting notified of all the exit targets here. If we enable our long entries, we can see that we even though we have one right here, it's still overextended, it might not be the best one. You want to try to wait for at least 2 or 3 of these candles here, these indications to take a long position before you jump in. Because again, a lot of my team members here, my community members, they jumped in right here in the second or the third one, and they got in for a good 7% profit and sold over here. So right now, with the price action being close to that level, we're at a resistance level. You want to wait for confirmation further from other time frames, but there's no doubt that this could very well continue to run. Okay, so to me, based on everything we've seen here so far, it makes a lot more sense for the price action to pull back first before it legs up again, but it also makes just as much sense for the price to come up and get rejected off of that 130 range and to start creating itself a cup and handle pattern. Okay, so we're in the early stages there. I think Theta has great potential to break that level, but it will likely retest and reject first. So that's kind of where we're at here for everything on Theta. Hopefully this was helpful and descriptive for you. Thank you so much for watching, of course. And again, help us build our our Twitter community here. Come on over here, give us a like, follow, and retweet if you want. And just get engaged. We got tons of information here constantly flowing through and making sure that you're abreast on all the charts, all the the videos analysis that we have, and just openly giving you some very awesome information and staying very in tune and connected. So it's awesome to be able to have that that option, and I'm thankful to be able to share that with you. So thanks again for joining me here. I look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.